Hello everyone, Ari here. I know I haven't made a regular video in a long time. Of course, I'm still doing my Song of Ice and Fire videos every Thursday, so there's that. But anyway, so I thought I'd do a top 10 list today. Um, so what's the theme of this list? Well, Mystery Science Theater 3000. Yes, it's official. I am now a Misty. Yes, I'm a Mystery Science Theater 3000 fan. Um, I got into the show earlier this year when I discovered the DVDs. And I also watched the new season on Netflix, and I've also been watching older episodes on this site called club-mst3k.com. I'll put a link to it in the description. Um, so yeah, and so what did I think about season 11, the season that's on Netflix? Personally, I loved it. I thought that a good majority of the riffs were pretty funny. Um, I love I love Jonah Ray as the new host. I love the new voices of Tom Servo and Crow T Robot, and I think that Felicia Day and Patton Oswalt as the new Mads are just, I think they're really good. Um, I also liked the episodes in which Pearl, Professor Bobo, and Brain Guy showed up. That was really cool. I really liked those episodes, and also some of the other celebrity cameos or appearances were pretty good. Neil Patrick Harris, Jerry Seinfeld, Mark Hamill, Joel McHale, and even Joel Hodgson, the creator of Mystery Science Theater 3000. He showed up in a couple episodes. I think like two or three times he showed up. So that was really cool. Of course, I really wish that Mike had made an appearance throughout the show, but I guess he's too busy with riff tracks to do that. Of course, it also makes me wonder how they got Kevin Murphy back as Professor Bobo and Bill Corbett back as Brain Guy if those two are also busy with riff tracks. But anyway, um, so yeah, and also I like the voice of Gypsy now that she finally sounds female, which is really good. Definitely improvement over when she was voiced by Jim Mallon and whoever it was who voiced Gypsy after Jim Mallon left as producer. So yeah, but anyway, so I thought that today I would talk about the top 10 movies that I want to see riffed, um, either in season 12, if it's going to happen, or in future seasons, depending on how many more seasons of uh, this new version of MST3K is going to go for. So, without further ado, here we go. These are the top 10 movies that I want to see riffed on future episodes of Mystery Science Theater 3000. Starting off with number 10, Star Trek V, The Final Frontier. And yes, I know, I'm pretty sure that Riff Tracks has already covered this movie, but I think it would be hilarious to see Jonah and the Bots um, riff on this movie. Of course, that's if Jonah's still gonna be the host, concerning all that happened in the season 11 finale, which I'm not gonna spoil. So there you go. But still, I would love to see Jonah and the Bots riff on this movie because I really do not like this movie. This is the only Star Trek movie that I do not like. I like some of the other numbered Star Trek movies, but this one in particular, Star Trek V, is the only one that I hate with a passion. Um, I just don't like this movie at all. It just makes no sense, and the fact that none of the events of the movie are referenced ever again is kind of weird. And yes, one could say the same thing about Star Trek: The Motion Picture, and how the events of that movie were never brought up again. Um, but I think that with this one, with Star Trek Five, um, there's so many problems with. I mean, the writing is just clunky. Um, we find that Spock has a half brother. Okay, why was that never mentioned before? Um, and oh god, and the Uhura fan dance scene. Was that really necessary? No, it totally wasn't. Um, but yeah, but still, I really think that this would be a good movie for Jonah and the Bots to tear to shreds and stuff. So there you go. Alright, so number 9, Batman and Robin. Yeah. We do not like this movie. It sucks. Actually, It stinks. Yeah, I did a little pod people reference there, but anyway. But yeah, I really do not like Batman and Robin. It's cheesy, it's goofy, um, and I think the fault is that with the movies, not necessarily Batman Forever, but with this one in particular, it felt like it was trying to be a theatrical version of the Adam West Batman show. But here's a problem. They already did that in the 60s. There was already a Batman 66 movie that had Adam West and Burt Ward and all those other people, except for Julie Newmar, because in the movie they had Lee Merriweather play Catwoman instead of Julie Newmar, but whatever. But still, yeah, it's just, I really do not like Batman and Robin. The problem is that we have two villains. We have Mr. Freeze and Poison Ivy. Okay, and yes, there have been multiple villains in past movies, like in Batman Returns, we had Catwoman and Penguin. In Batman Forever, we had the Riddler and Two-Face. So yeah, and no, Bane does not count as a villain, because in that movie, they totally screwed him up, okay? They totally screwed up his backstory, and yeah, they did also change his backstory in The Dark Knight Rises, but that one I can forgive, okay? But the Bane and Batman and Robin, no, no, no. Also, Batgirl. Okay, that's the main issue I have with Batman and Robin is Batgirl, okay? Number one, she is a redhead, not blonde. Two, she is Commissioner Gordon's daughter, not Alfred's niece. It's like, did the people who make that movie never watch a single episode of Batman the Animated Series, which was on at the time? Yeah. Needless to say, I really want to see Joan of the Bots just rip that movie a new one. So anyway, moving on. Number 8. Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. Okay, here's the main issue I have with this movie. Everything. Everything about this movie does not make sense. Okay? Like, the shots of Superman flying or taking off. They use the same shot every single time! And also, when Nuclear Man flew that woman out of space, she would have died, because, hello, there's no oxygen in space. Duh! It's just, ugh. It does not make any sense. I want that movie to be erased from history very badly. Ugh. But, yeah. So, anyway, moving on. Number 7, Supergirl. Now, when I say Supergirl, I'm talking about the movie starring Helen Slater, not the awesome TV show starring Melissa Benoist, okay? I just want to make that clear. I'm talking about the crappy movie starring Helen Slater, okay? Thank you. So, yeah. Why do I think this movie is bad? Because they didn't bring up the fact that, oh yeah, Supergirl, Superman's cousin, hello! I mean, seriously. And they didn't even bother to have Christopher Reeve make a cameo appearance. Instead, they got Jimmy Olsen to show up in the movie instead. Why? Anyway, let's just move on before I also go cuckoo. Anyway, number 6. The 2001 remake, or I'm sorry, reimagining of Planet of the Apes. Yeah. To me, there's only one good thing about that movie. The ape makeup. Other than that, it stinks. I mean, seriously, Tim Burton, why? The original movie was so good. It had one of the best plot twists in movie history. Seriously, how could you screw something like that up? Thankfully, that was remedied with the 2011 movie, Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Unless I think that was the first one, or was it Dawn of the Planet of the Apes? Nope, pretty sure it was Rise. Or Dawn. I can't remember. It's been a while. Anyway, moving on. So, speaking of which, number 5. Spider-Man 3. Such a huge disappointment. Seriously, that movie had way too many villains. I mean, seriously, come on. You had the Sandman. You had the new Green Goblin, so I guess it's either Hobgoblin or Neo-Goblin or whatever. And also Venom. What the hell were these people thinking? And no, it's not Sam Raimi's fault. It's the studio's fault. But seriously, come on, guys. It's like, in the first 2 movies, you had great villains. You had the Green Goblin, and then you had Doc Ock. Now you have 3 villains? Come on! I mean, yeah, sure, one could argue that The Amazing Spider-Man 2 also had too many villains, but at least they were given backstory before they became villains. I mean, seriously. And yeah, one could argue the same thing with the other villains in Spider-Man 3, but Also, Topher Grace as Eddie Brock? No way. Seriously. Why would you get someone from that 70s show to play Eddie Brock? Seriously. Who in the casting department thought that Topher Grace would be a good choice for Eddie Brock? Seriously. Who thought of that? And why? Why? I mean, seriously, that would be just as weird as getting, I don't know, Ashton Kutcher to play Cletus Cassidy, aka Carnage. It just doesn't work at all. Anyway, moving on. Number 4, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie. Now here's the thing though, I don't hate Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie. I like it, okay? The problem is that it's not in continuity with the show. Yeah. And yeah, I'm talking about the one from the 90s, not the one that came out earlier this year that I actually liked, okay? It's just that... I wish there was just some... I wish that the events of the movie would have had some impact on the show. But no. Thankfully that was fixed with the Turbo movie. In that case, let's move on. Number 3. Metropolis. Ah, yes, that wonderful black and white movie from the 1920s or 30s or whenever that movie came out. That was silent. And was really, really, really weird at some points. Now again, I don't hate Metropolis. I kind of like it. But again, it's one of those cheesy sci-fi movies that MST3K is known for riffing on. So there you go. Anyway, number 2, Alien Resurrection. Have I mentioned how much I've hated this movie in other videos? No? Well, here's the thing. I hate Alien Resurrection. It sucks. I mean, seriously, was there any reason for them to continue on with the franchise after Ripley got killed off in Alien 3? No. They decided to do it anyway. Just because Alien 3 made money. And that's the thing. If movies in a certain franchise keep making money, then they're going to keep on making movies even after they've completely milked the cow dry. And they're still making movies. There was Prometheus, which I've seen and I actually like. And then there was Alien Covenant, which I haven't seen yet, unfortunately. But I'll probably ask for my birthday or Christmas when it comes out on DVD, just so I could see if it's good or not. So yeah. But still, Alien Resurrection just sucks. Just don't watch it. Just watch the first 3 movies and then you'll be fine. Don't watch Alien Resurrection, because it sucks. Very badly. And not even the combined awesomeness of Sigourney Weaver, Winona Ryder, and Ron Perlman could save the movie from how crappy it was. So yeah, Alien Resurrection sucks. It's really bad. And let's move on. So, without further ado, the number 1 movie that I want to see riffed in a future episode of Mystery Science Theater 3000 is Mystery Science Theater 3000 the movie! Yes! How meta would it be for Jonah and the Bots to riff on MST3K the movie? That would be the coolest thing ever! I mean, seriously. That would be so hilarious, so funny. I mean, come on, guys. It writes itself! I mean, just, oh man. If they did that, that would make Misties like me proud. So anyway, those are the top 10 movies that I want to see riffed on future episodes of Mystery Science Theater 3000. Agree? Disagree? Let me know in the comment section below. And also, what movies do you hope to see Jonah and the Bots riff on future episodes of MST3K? Let me know in the comment section below. And until Thursday, this is Ari Cummings, signing off.